Oh my god, thank you. Thank you for the. Okay, let me just repeat everything I just said. Thank you, Ghost, for the sub. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. And then yeah, let me finally have my emotes. Yes. Spam them, please. Oh my god, this game is very loud. Hold on. Let me. I think that's a good volume for where it's at. But yeah, I don't know too much about this game. I just know text-based RPGs I love, and it looked really cool, and it's been on my... Oh wait. Text size large, because I cannot read. Voice time recommended. Oh, is it time choice? Okay, it's timed. Ooh, gallery. Okay, well, let's start, I guess. To understand the whole story, you'll need to see it from multiple perspectives, while some actions may lead... Oh, so this game has like 50 different endings, which is kind of crazy. Skip through the scene text by pressing the control key. Okay. Yes, warning, real quick. It includes descriptions of... Oh, wait, no! Sexual themes, violence, blood, physical and mental abuse, self-harm, and... Choose my pronoun. Oh, I gotta choose my pronoun? Okay, Okay, but this background is really nice. It's kind of like wispy smoke-like, but it's almost like the sea. Oh. Yeah! I mean, granted, there's only 3 choices, but I mean, it still gives you the option, which is nice. Ooh. Illustration. Okay. Unsubscribe? Oh, wait, what? Okay. For the first time in many seasons, the waves and the wind were the only voices singing farewells in Sruthrul. I waited, tension crawling up my throat until the colors of the sky changed. Clouds stifled the... Is this still kind of too loud? Let me... yeah, let's say... It's a little too loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. A little bit. There you go. Okay. Clouds stifled the light. Drops of wetness fell, pelting the ground. Pressing my lips together, I stood up. Why is it so quiet? Rain was pouring down, soaking through me. Wind ripped up my clothes. Thick, warm red. Am I bleeding? A sick, sweet scent filled my nostrils. I dared a lick. Oh my god, it's a nosebleed. It is! Metallic, greasy. This is not right. Darkness fell and turned my hands into shadowy silhouettes. Oh, the music changed. Raining blood. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I think I just have a... I think it's just a nosebleed. A sense of urgency gripped me. I hurried to the tower and threw open the doors. Where are you? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Endless empty halls echoed my question. At the far end, I thought I saw a figure disappearing into the dark. Hey, wait! I ran after them, feet pounding the sticky wet stones, echoing loudly. Sticky stones. Wait! What was their name again? I can't remember. Why can't I remember? Hardly surprising. What? I came to a jolting halt and whipped around. Who said that? When will you start taking some responsibility? My skin crawled. I turned and bolted as fast as I could. I came to the end of the hallway, grabbed the slippery doorknob, and barged into that room. Empty. Another door. Nothing. I ran trembling fingers through my hair, nails digging into my scalp, then shuddered upon seeing the sticky redness smeared everywhere. Why do we keep bleeding? I wiped my hands onto my clothes over and over, harder and harder. It wouldn't come off. Teeth clenched, I pushed through yet another door. Look at you, covered in filth, chasing another childish fancy. Have you no shame? I'm sorry. My voice echoed back as I stood in an empty room. No windows, no doors. Oh, I don't like this. Hot breaths rasped in my throat. My legs trembled. I was terrified. Exhausted. Why was I running so hard? Why was I struggling? It was alright. I was making progress. That was the only thing that mattered. Oh, scene change. Eyelids heavy, comforting numbness enveloped me. I closed my eyes and sank down, down, down. I'd rest, just for a moment. I would finish this. You now but enjoy. Ah, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Seas in every direction endless, a diamond dusting of moonlight across the surface above me. I look down into the depths, the pressure against my chest as the darkness stirs. A star, then two, and a constellation of them glitter in life. I approach. The darkness was not a bottomless sea, but the body of an enormous fish, its silhouette filling my entire view. A gaping mouth splits open from horizon to horizon, a deeper black within. Approaching. Buzzing. The progenitor fish, Sruthruel, comes for me. I should be afraid. Her mouth, now all-encompassing, blots out the last remainder of feeble illumination around me. I should be afraid. Why am I not? The mouth shuts with a distant clang, a flash of lightning. Oh, the fish is calling to me. Oh no, wake up? Come on, wake up. Trickling light in the comforting darkness. A rumbling rises and falls like the waves washing the shore. Calm coolness gives way to crushing heat. A blanket of boulders smothers me. Hey, you alright? Do you hear me? My eyes struggle open to a face. Ugh, no, go away. Someone grips my shoulders and squeezes. Still a bit out of it, eh? That metallic and greasy buzzing sound crescendos and my mouth tastes of iron. Then a hand is laid upon my forehead. I open my eyes again. Easier this time, but the rest of my body is still heavy as stones. Can't budge a hair. Who is this? Is this me or is this the person? If so, they're kinda attractive. Just a little bit, you know. Okay, give me a second. I need a drink. Speaking of, if you guys are interested in what I'm drinking, it's a Baja Blast. As I don't know if it's just in the US, but they are currently in stores, like bottled and canned versions. But I don't know if it's limited or not. That's the thing. But I bought both anyway. Why? Because I am a slave to capitalism. It's just the same drink rebottled. Why are you buying it twice, Haishe? I don't know, because I want to have both. Maybe. You know, because here's the thing. Maybe it's just a placebo effect, but I feel like some drinks taste different when they're bottled versus when they're canned. I think maybe that's just like to some extent, I feel like liquids will absorb whatever kind of chemicals from the container that they're in, which is why bottled water tastes so like icky to me, because you know the plastic. But yeah, drinks taste different depending on how they're bottled, you know? That's just how it is. Alright, back to this. Feverish, but no obvious wounds. He'll be fine. Something went wrong. We don't have much time. My tongue feels heavy and stiff. Wrong? I snap my mouth shut. This is embarrassing. This is a super sick haircut, not gonna lie. I'm kinda digging it. Maybe you should stay put for now. I'll see what I can do. Hey, wait, what's They turn and stride off. Oh, I look around trying to get a hold of my surroundings. I must be dizzy still. Everything's spinning. Where are the books flying? I squeeze my eyes shut again. This is not happening. I'll wake up soon. Sounds trickle in. Rustling, blinking, a storm raging outside, a guttural buzzing. How can I sleep like this? I don't know. Just like pass out, I guess. Annoyed, I drag myself sluggishly to my feet. I mean, if you can't sleep, just explore. An urge to gag rises. Rubbing my throbbing temples, tasting foulness in my mouth, I force down the bile. What did I do last night? You ran through a building with a mysterious voice following you? And blood, and then you passed out here. That incessant buzzing. Oh, the music changed. I rub my eyes again and look for the source of the sound. I catch sight of it. A cold tear creeps up my spine. Pulsing, churning thing is hovering in the room. Like space is swallowing itself. A black hole, you mean? Waves of moist, brilliant heat spew from it. Transparency, symmetry, the stench, the singing. Singing? What in Laura's name is that? Shapes huddle beneath the grotesque thing in the air. As I step around to get a better look, they resolve into figures, midnight silent and still as bones. The white-haired stranger who woke me earlier stands still. Someone else is curled up on the floor, their face a mask of anguish, the emblem of a high magus. Magus? Mag. Hangs around their neck. The image of an eel coils around their arm. Why do I know these symbols? Whitehair's hands are raised in a peculiar gesture towards the vortex looming overhead. Hey, what are you doing? What is that thing? It looks like they are frozen in place. Hello? No movement. I bump into something and look down. A couch and a table. Cups lay about like drunkards on the varnished wood. An inkwell, quills, and crumpled papers littered the area. Dark red spots spilled from open bottles splatter across the mosaic stone floor. A crash in the cavernous chamber pierces the silence. I duck behind the couch, heart pounding fast. Comes a bang, the sound of glass shattering, shouting. A cacophony reverberates painfully from the walls around me. I clutch my ears. Struggle? Please let me wake up already. This is not funny anymore. As abruptly as they came, the sounds die down. Is it over? Clamping my eyes shut, I try to block out the buzzing. Let this be over soon. Let this be over soon. Let this... Feeling better? I nearly jump at the voice. The stranger is back, slumped next to the couch, head lolled, a hand to their shoulder, breath shallow. I turn and see the same stranger standing under the vortex, and my mouth hangs open. Huh? There's two of them? I guess the more the merrier. What? Why are there two of you? I almost bite my tongue when something drips from their clutched shoulder. The glistening fluid shimmers and evaporates after it hits the floor. Ah. You are melting? I back away a step. What's wrong with you? I try to speak, but wince instead. Eyes closed, throat bobbing. Spitting out something black, and then resting their head back, they flash a sly grin and whisper. Melting. Very funny. I wrinkle my nose. What do you mean? What is happening here? What does it look like? I glance around the room with a scowl, taking care to avoid the floating thing. Like the end of the world? Another wince. They lift a finger and point. What about that? Do you recognize it? I realize they mean the vortex and avert my eyes. No, Davarna, no. Should I? Can't resist a shudder. Person stares at me for a few breaths, and then bursts into laughter. I glance at the ghastly vortex, profoundly confused with the situation. They are still laughing. Shouldn't you do something about that thing? That thing is the Abyss Davara, the door to eternal torment. Wow, how fun! Let's dive inside of it. They brush off hair from their forehead. You really don't remember? I scowl at them and dodge a flying book. Still have not told me why there are two of you. And what about that person on the ground? They look from me to the lying person and back and start chuckling again, shaking their head. That is you, great magus, or is it magus? Arseer, savior of Darren Square, prodigy of the age, so on and so forth. Wait. So why is there two of both of us? Failure, a fraud. Tell me you at least remember your name. Oh, I could choose my name. Okay. Words tickle at the inside of my head. Magus. Haishe. I nod with an easy smile, murmuring, not to slight a dire situation, but what a time to lose your memories. Almost amusing, in a way. Amusing? Excuse me if I don't feel like laughing. Why should I believe you that I am this person over there? How is it even possible? The stranger shakes their head and chuckles, then tilts their head limply towards an ornate mirror meandering through the air nearby. Easier if you go see yourself. What do I look like? What do I look like? I roll my eyes and step over to the mirror. I'd rather keep it vague, show me how I look. Be made. Yeah, I wanna see. Oh, okay. Is this me? Yes, no. Choosing yes will enable additional artworks throughout the game. Your choice will not impact the story any so. Oh! Well, okay, well, I want to see the artwork, so yes. What I see leaves me stunned. So me in the mirror is the spitting image of the person on the floor. I turn and stare wide-eyed, and then look at the mirror again. Every last detail, down to the piercings, which I'm only now noticing all identical. Oh, I have piercings. Right here and thing in the. Is that a piercing? I don't think so. There's this one, the one that's going through the nose. And then the ears, of course. I think that's all I see though. And for just a breath, the eel on my arm seems to wriggle, but I blink and it's still again. I feel lightheaded. This is not right. Oh, a lot of this is not going right now, so... How? How am I in two places at once? Are we dead? Is this the afterlife? And why do you know things when I don't? How is this fair, and just who are you? They laugh soundlessly. You don't remember me either? Oh, I can name this person! Oh, I'm not good at coming up names. What if I call him Steve? No, they don't look like a Steve. This is very clearly an obviously queer person. What queer person is named Steve? No offense to any queer people named Steve out there. You are seen, and yes. What if? Well, again, I'll name you Baja Blast, my love. Another fit of coughing. Not even close. You must have hit your head quite severely. Oh, I couldn't name them? I just have a choice to, like, throw a name? I'm sorry, I almost named you Baja Blast! Worried, I run a hand over my scalp. There aren't any holes. I don't remember hitting it. But that's just how it would be if I did hit it, isn't it? How shall I say this? Eyes closed and lips parted. Their voice is barely a whisper now. Oh, is that their name right here? Ilar? Ilar? The name's... I'm just gonna say Ilar. Ilar, your partner. Don't know what you did. Found you like this. They push out the words with effort. I lean closer to listen. A ritual must have gone astray and set loose the abyss Davara, stripping away your memories. I did what I could and conjured your heart vessel with my waters. You'd be gone otherwise. Oh, what's a heart vessel? Let me sit up. They grimace, then fall silent. I nudge them. Heart vessel? Abyss? Hey, keep talking. They open their eyes again and struggle to point towards the other side of the room, but it flops to the floor. Sink me. Oh, what does that mean? They're getting so quiet that I have to put my ear next to their mouth to hear them. Warm breath tickles me. I can almost hear my blood rushing. Your desk. Look in your journal. Find the spell. Circular gate. Black powder. Mantra. Only way to save. No time. Go. Quick. They slump. Holding my breath, I wait. Heartbeat like a hammer in my skull. Thump. Thump. The buzzing fills the would-be silence in between, resonance of torment. I drive at them into my temple, crushing one pain with another. A futile effort. I hope those clacking sounds are like a really cool wind chime, and not like a wind chime made out of bones. Hey, are you alive? I reach a hand to their shoulder. My hand passes through them, and I jerk. Whoa! And I jerk away. My skin crawls at the sickening sensation. Their body melts into a sticky, shimmering puddle in just a few breaths. Did I kill them? Ooh, thunder noises. I love thunder noises. Tumbling back, I land on my butt and clamp my mouth shut to hold in the panic. The ruckus from earlier. There were footsteps, a voice scrambling. Someone else was definitely here. When nothing happens for a while, I allow myself to breathe again through shaking fingers. If they wanted to hurt me, they would have done it while I was asleep, right? I guess? Oh. Probably? Maybe? I mean, some people like to, get you when you're awake, I guess. Because they're kind of sick like that. But, yeah. Oh, hi, Wash. Thank you. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Yes, it is slime time. When nothing happens for a while, I allow myself to breathe again through shaking fingers. If they would hurt me, they'd have done it when I was asleep, right? Oh, I already read that. And if Alar was the only thing stopping them? But now they're gone, and you are useless. Who is this lame-ass voice inside of my head? It's fine. If I'm careful, I can find a way to... Oh, Davarna. Find a spell? Something is wrong with all this. Wait, okay, we need to just stop thinking and then go to the desk and find whatever that you were telling us to find. And how does someone just melt? I don't know! Yeah, we can't just sit here. Search for that. Heart pumping, I rise unsteadily to my feet. Where could that desk be? Now that my head is clearing up, I can finally see more than a few paces in front of me. The place is a disaster. Half the library's content are caught by unseen currents churning through the vortex. Books, parchment, translucent globs, and skulls of unnameable creatures swim like fish through the air. Beyond this layer of mess, there are even whole bookshelves meandering in the periphery. Oh, this game has a lot of big words. I dodge under floating chairs, vases, and paintings as I traverse a veritable maze. A lamp smashes into my leg. I see my limb stretching and into shimmering transparent strings and then snapping back into place. Oh, what is going on? I would laugh at the weirdness of it, but if it didn't feel like a red-hot needle slowly being pushed through my thigh, I cry out instead, dropping to my knees, and then in a blink, the feeling's gone, as if it never was. Interesting. Realizing that my leg still works, I hurry out of the field of debris, not caring to come near anything, and definitely not laughing. I catch sight of an enormous desk at the far end of the room. Oh, finally, we can find whatever journal. Watch, it's not gonna be there. Watch it not be there. Watch it not be there. Seeing no more obstacles, I ease my panicked breath and walk over to it, fervently hoping that the journal will be there. What a disgrace. Save for a heavy book squarely set in the center, aligned with the edges, everything else, papers, scrolls, measuring tools, writing instruments, all are scattered about endlessly. Ooh, Okay, I love the illustrations in this game. This is all very, very nice. I love it. This is just not right. I make a mental note to put it in order when this is all finished. Observing the book, I notice the precisely spaced stitch marks along the spine, evenly placed rivets, and the meticulously inscribed Haishe in the leather. My jittery breath steadies. My head clears. Somewhat. We have a sip. Okay. We already read that, okay. This must be the journal. If I can find the spell, I can save myself. And the other person! Hello? Ilkar? Ilar. Flip it open. Hello there. Are you my journal then? Will you help me make sense of all this? Why am I talking to it like it'll talk back? The paper is smooth and firm under my fingers. The smell of it so familiar. I close my eyes and inhale deeply. Memories stirring somewhere deep, deep down. But nothing rises to the surface. When I open my eyes again, the arcane symbols seem to regard me as I look at them, like seeing an old friend. Written words, soldiers of the intellect, regiments arraying on a planar battlefield, written in a decisive hand. My hand. Geometric diagrams, sigils, maps of heart and spirit, beyond words, ordered beauty. It must take days, perhaps weeks to draw each, but what is time to acts of chaos defiance? Oh, this is getting a little too poetic for me. I don't understand what any of this means. A row of strings hangs from the bottom of the book, each with an ornamental coin tied at the end. Bookmarks, perhaps. I hope they are. Maybe, bookmarks to important things. By the depths, it's an encyclopedia. How will I ever find one spell in all of this? Scratching sounds comes from somewhere to my left. Oh, I tense up for a moment. Is it some debris or... I wait. I hope nothing is crawling out of that hole, because that would be really, really bad for us. You know? Another scratch, then another. Something sharp against wood. I don't like that. I swallow. Heart pounding. What is that? What should I do? I turn around slowly. There's a set of arched doors leading to a hallway lined with pillars and dense with shadows, like the mouth of a titanic beast. An amber glint flashes. Another scratch. I squint and crane my head forward. Is that a... Whoa! A shape slips out of the darkness of the doorway. Its fur is so black that it looks like a moving shadow. Its features are sharp and merciless. It walks tiptoed, sinewy muscles rippling under the fur, poised to lunge. Oh, a knife! I stumble back, hand fumbling behind me, searching the desk for a weapon. My fingers grip around something squirming. I look down with reluctance. A lidless eye on the base of a knife turns its gaze to me and whispers in a wet voice. What? How do you whisper in a wet voice? Like, what does that sound like? Is it like extra gargly? Okay, it whispers cat, 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 cat. Listen to it. Oh, that was a really quick choice. Okay. My heart is throwing itself into my ribs. I hear only its pounding and blood rushing in my ears like a furious tide. I look at the knife, at the creature. There's nothing for me here. Not now, nor after, only more pain. What? It feels like someone else. Am I stabbing myself? A lightning bolt of pain, teeth clenching a gasp, that I'm on the floor, blinking slowly. The rushing tide is quiet, warmth is flowing away, coolness is flowing in. And it's cold. My teeth chatter, I think. Coward. There's nothing for me here. You're too weak to even face it. Maybe. Am I dead? Did I already goof my first run? Oh, no, please. Where am I? What happened? How did I end up here? Why don't I know anything? I messed up, didn't I? I was trying to do something and I just couldn't. Not even close. And now it's over. All over. I was useless. Completely useless. I didn't accomplish anything. But I really tried. What more could I have done? Maybe I should just give up and save myself the trouble. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why? Why did this have to happen? Why me? I'm so tired. Why couldn't I just go to sleep and never wake up? Haven't you slept enough already? What? Was I sleeping? Weren't you? I don't understand. I'm so tired. Oh, you will eventually! Huh? Okay, so I guess that's what happens when you listen to the knife. So let's not listen to the knife this time. How about that? How about that, you know? Okay. Okay, let's go. Show me how I look. Yes. You're... Ah, blast. Oh wait, I know the name now. You're Ilar. What else do you remember of me? That's actually your name? Why don't I... Oh my god, I've not seen Blah form before. Oh, hi Snake! Hi Sickly! Yeah! I decided to finally use it, because I've had it for a while, but now I'm like, you know what? Let's use it. Because look, I'm so jiggly! I jiggle! It's so cute. It's so cute. I know! And then, oh, we got some fun toggles for this too. Let me go. Okay, look, now I'm angry. And then, I don't know what this is, but it's kind of like, yeah. And then this one's drooling. And then this one is hard eyes. Or you could combo it with this one, I guess. And then this one is tears. And this one, I got stars. And this one is surprise. Look, these are so cute. This one makes my eyes really big too. Okay. Ooh. How shall I say this? Eyes closed and lips parted. Their voice is barely a whisper now. Oh, okay. Now we can go search the rest of the room, and this time we will not listen to the sword. I yelp in disgust and toss it away. The creature creeps forward unsteadily, peering around the room, sniffing the air, pausing at every little sound. It's distracted. I might have a chance to get away. It winces and makes a weird sound like it's about to throw up, clutching its head. Oh, same, me too. Not wanting to waste this opportunity, I bolt for the circle of debris. Worms? I hear a strained hiss, then rapid footsteps on my heels. I don't dare slow down. Oh my god, run! Run, bitch! Something snatches at my robe and tears a shred of fabric away, but not enough to stop me. It's closing in. I can't outrun it. What do I do? Stop! Oh, it speaks! Did it just speak? A bookshelf flies past me and knocks my pursuer to the ground with a crash. Over here! Ilar's voice booms. They move their arm in an arc, and several thick faces from the drifting flock launch toward the creature. Ooh, a sickening crunch. A myriad of splinters flies out. I wince. But when the pieces have settled, the dark figure has somewhat leapt back to the doorway, one leg limp. What are you waiting for? Finish it! I don't know how to finish it. They just glare at the creature. It's looking at me with pain in its eyes, then with a parting grimace, it vanishes into the dark hole. Oh my god, I am unable to read. The room is quiet again, save for Abyss Devara, rain, and the pounding in my chest. What in the crushing depth is happening here? I saw you melt! Oh, they're so attractive. Oh my god. Ilar's triumphant stance halters and they hunch, clutching at their shoulder. Hold the tears, dear. I was just trying to draw out that creature. Wait, so that was... They tricked me! I thought they, like, died and melted. I cringe. Dear? Well, they said they were my partner earlier, and you're welcome. I squint at them. When you say draw, you didn't mean you were using me as bait, do you? They were totally using me as bait. You wound me. I thought we were partners. And it worked, didn't it? Did you see the look on its face? Yes? I consider it for a breath, then sigh. I suppose. Who or what was that creature? I rub the chin. Potential trouble. I could tell, but what is it? Ilar falls quiet and looks down. Do you remember anything about Lucasi? No? Maybe you should tell me. I can't resist the scent of vulnerable humans. Oh. Is that me? Am I the vulnerable human? What are they then? Not human? Is that what we are dealing with? Ilar chuckles hoarsely and shrugs. But you heard it, right? But why did you not finish it off when you had the chance? I peer around nervously, throat tight. Would it still be close by? Ilar swallows, eyes clamped shut and swaying. Are you alright? I reach out a hand in case they topple over. Perhaps, I mutter. I'm fine. Oh, good to know. Not sure what to do with my outstretched hand. I scratch my nose. I really went, this is a little awkward because I put out my hand to help you, but then you didn't really take it, so now I'm just gonna scratch my nose, I guess. They straighten up with some effort, massaging their throat. And what was that, talking knife? I shudder. Ilar raises a brow, glances towards the desk, then twists their lips. A blood letter. Oh, well, that sounds fun! That sounds like a fun time! Totally! 100%! Not like that thing killed me earlier. Is it alive? It lives to draw the waters in a way. But why is it talking? It's disturbing. Objects exposed to waters often develop certain quirks. Look, just don't touch the blade, alright? They brush my cheek. It'd be a shame if something happened to you. Oh. But this heart vessel, can it get hurt? Oh, easily, but it won't if you just do what I say. They sigh. Anything else, or can we get to work now? Very reassuring, I mutter. Come. They walk away, waving their hand. I follow, trying to keep my eye on them as I study my surroundings. My gaze falls onto the darkened doorway the creature disappeared into, and I stop. Ilar gives me a side-eyed glance and smirks a little. Then, Then, with just a few hand gestures and some words I don't recognize, they slam the door shut and blockade it with loose stones. Show off, I mutter. Then I notice them visibly hunch and wonder how much it's costing them to do these things. A thin silvery thread drifts close to my face. I wave it away. It sticks to my hand and I realize there are dozens of these threads growing out of Ilar's shoulder. Now that I'm paying attention, their form also seems to flicker. Insubstantial. My own hands are flickering the same way I draw a sharp breath. What is happening? Noticing my growing unease, they face me, waving a hand nonchalantly. Don't worry, it's normal for heart vessels under these conditions. Or did you forget that too? Mind you, I forgot everything, my guy. I forgot everything. Yes, and I want a real explanation this time. Well, I put my hands on my hips. I did forget, so why don't you catch me up? And not one of your hand-waving non-explanations either, please. I suppose you should know a little more. They shrug and massage the back of their neck. Okay, let me save real quick. Just in case. Heart vessels are bodies made from waters. Spirit bodies, if you will. Somewhat elementary, really, as far as magic goes. Magic with a K! Confused, I glance towards the unmoving figures, but Ilar seems to have read my thoughts. That's a profane vessel. Your anchor to this realm, you know, your flesh. Also quite elementary, right? They answer flatly. So that's why there are two of me. One is physical and the other is sublime. Ilar finishes. So, flesh and spirit. Why not just say it like that? I smirk, putting a thumb under my chin, eyes a-glitter. Where is your flair for drama? Shame such a fine work falls apart in the currents. Good thing I can remake it as fast. They click their tongue. It's quite a feat, you know? Right. A real shame I cannot grasp the extent of your greatness, your modesty. I swat their hand away. A puff of fair, fine strands detaches from them, drifting perilously close to my face. I flinch. They smile and twirl their hand. It comes apart like ink and water. Then, in a blink, it snaps back into a normal-looking hand again. Can we, get out of this, creepy music? It's, very unsettling. Is that what happens when you stop remaking these bodies? You're catching on. Then they add in a more serious tone. I would appreciate if you avoided acting recklessly, so as not to have your masterpiece ruined. But this is not even my real body. Why would it matter if it fell apart? Every moment you spend like this, you are losing touch with your flesh. Every moment spent formless speeds up the process even more. Eyes heavy and head numb, I rub my temples, muttering, lose touch? How do you... with my body? That makes no... Ilar looks at me evenly. First, you forget what you were doing, then you forget who you were, then you forget that you forgot. Which is what's happening to me right now, right? I stare at my hands, feeling cold. Is it already happening? Will I just keep forgetting more and more until They look aside. Perhaps it's best not to overthink this. Overthink it? I don't know who I am! The pitch of my voice rises. But they're as calm as ever. You'll get used to it if you survive. What do you mean, if I survive? Huh? Get used to it? I do not want to get used to it. I want my memories back. Tell me, is there a way? Stay close to your flesh and to me. It helps. That's not an answer. They grip my waist and pull me right to them. Oh! Listen to me. If you don't find the spell, you're going to a place no one ever comes back from. If you do find it, there's still hope. That is our only chance. Do you understand? Head numb, I nod. I peer back at the statue-like bodies, wondering how far is too far. Then it dawns on me. I motion at the journal. If being close to our flesh helps, let's just not go anywhere. You need the spell from this journal? Let's take the book to our bodies. They scratch their head. That would work theoretically. I heave a sigh of relief. Unfortunately, we can't. You made sure of it. Oh my god. My sigh turns into a strangled squeal. What? Why? How? Why? You were secretive. Your magic was frowned upon. You made sure the book stays, always. And if anyone else tried to pry it open, I stare at them blankly. Something horrible happens to them. They shrug. Something horrible? But I put the magic protection there, right? So I should be able to open the book safely, right? Right? They shrug again. Probably. Probably. Will you stop shrugging? I need to know if I will or will not suffer something horrible. Let's be optimistic, eh? They say with perfectly still shoulders. I stare blankly at the arm. I'm illiterate. I stare blankly at the floor, my nails digging deep into my arm. Ilar grabs my wrist and looks at me disapprovingly. I go limp. They cough. Perhaps I shouldn't tell you this next part. Wait, why? Very, very slowly, I turn my blank stare to them. Okay, well tell me. That Lucasi is still around. I have a feeling. It'll do all it can to get to you. Well then, just protect me. Duh. I clutch my head and sigh. Ugh, of course, because this was so easy before. What does it want with me? I honestly couldn't say. Ilar looks me up and down. But who could fault it for being drawn to you? Haha. What the fuck, bitch? I frown at them. They smirk. Just remember this. Don't agree to any propositions. Assume that everyone you encounter is after your waters. I rub the bridge of my nose. Let me get this straight. I can forget who I am or what I need to do, and also that I might have already forgotten what I shouldn't forget, and there are these things after me? I awkwardly pat my hand. I grab Ilar's arm. Well, what if you just stay with me the entire time? You can remind me about things. Just say them over and over. Ilar's eyebrows twitch. As delightful as that sounds, I must rest and conserve what little energy I've left. That means no heart vessel for me and very limited awareness of this place. Oh, so I'm on my own? Oh, Laura, this is not happening. I start pacing nervously. An idea pops up. Don't you have a spell or something to help remember? Something hard to forget? That's not a bad idea. Ilar massages the back of their neck and looks me over. Let me see. They take a few quick steps away, pluck something from the air, and return to me. Gripping my hand and examining it, they fixate on a spot on my wrist and jab something into it. Oh, ow! Ow, what? I instinctively jerk away, but Ilar's grip tightens, holding me still. They take a few quick steps. Oh, wait, no. I'm stupid. I was looking up here. Look at me and repeat this. Let the image and words burn into your heart. Sensual pleasures wane, but pain I make my anchor. Long as this pain endures, I too shall remain. I grunt, struggling. Say it. The intense look in Ilar's eyes leaves no room for arguments. Let go of me, I demand, but they drive the sharp object deeper. It burns. I struggle even more. Oh my god, just say it, you idiot! They pull me closer and hiss into my ear. Say it! You're a vampire! Gasping for breath, I push the words out through gritted teeth. Abruptly, Ilar lets go, satisfied. I stumble back, jerking my arm away. A shard of glass drops onto the floor with a clink, leaving drops of red. Fiend! What you asked for? You could have warned me. Ilar shrugs. I don't know what you expected magic was when you asked me, but apparently not this. I grind my teeth at them for a few breaths before spitting out, I will remember this. That's the whole point. They grin. I carry on, oblivious to the daggers. I glare at them. I'll leave you to the journal then. Remember, circular gate, black salt, mantra. Can you manage that much? I gingerly poke at my wound, narrowing my eyes at Ilar. Of course I can manage. They smile and reach a hand towards me. I flinch and back away. Don't touch me. No fun. They pull their hand back, smile, only wavering a little. Once you find a spell, bring me the instructions, and the Abyss Devara will soon cease to be a problem. Simple. I don't know, man. Easier said than done. I can make out even more of the objects behind them now. Their form is thinning out by the breath. Hurry. The mischievous grin, Ilar gives my wrist a squeeze. I wince. You really will remember this, right? Count on it, I reply with as steady a voice as I can manage, holding their gaze. Their grip tightens for just a moment. I inhale sharply. Excellent, it's a fool who makes simple things complicated, so don't overthink this, just do what I tell you and we both get out of here alive. Oh, they're disappearing. As they finish speaking, they let go of me and begin to disintegrate. I take several steps back, staring as they disappear. Their smile is the last to go. I wonder if they're doing it on purpose. Finally alone, I give in to the weight of exhaustion and slump to the floor. Let's see. I am so tired. Pathetic. You're pathetic. Don't you get it? No one's coming. Nobody cares. I clamp both ears shut and shake my head over and over. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. And why would they? I don't need anyone's help. I'll do this by myself, I mutter, pulling myself up by the desk leg. I don't need them, I tell myself. Am I good? Remember, don't forget, don't talk to strangers, find the spell. I repeat the words in my head over and over, trying to make them stick. I was taking a drink. Reading is hard work, you guys. Pages of the book flutter, even though the air is still. Weird. I'm procrastinating, aren't I? Yes, you are. Fine, I'll get back to work. I regard the book, wondering where to start. Well, in the middle, always. You always open a book to the middle. Duh. I suppose one of these bookmarks would be a logical choice. I mean, it's a bookmark for a reason. Chances are it's something important, right? A larger coin engraved with what seems to be a simple human figure catches my eye. I flip open the page it marks, and see... I, Haishe Fen Aren, High Adept of AOM, Farseer, Savior of Daran Square, Guardian Preferent, do mark these pages with my warden's utterance. May all who trespass upon them see only the murk of the roiling seas. May Davarna of the Four Fathoms aid in their presence and thwart any who would bring them harm. Sublimation, the great work. The temporary liberation of heart from the profane vessel is not new in itself, but the process is fraught with danger and limitation. Oh, that's what's going on right now. The heart vessel, right? The duration is never long enough, and the vessel is vulnerable to uninvited spirits while the heart roams. Every mystic order since Laura's time has sought to perfect the technique. Sanguine sages, Mersynthesis, the Alamont Pygmy Saints, enshrining flesh, the thrice-bathed Orients, Jonifaction, all variations of the same theme, freeing the heart from a profane vessel indefinitely, absolute freedom, immortality. Many gullible, eager novices have met their end in this pursuit, used as experiments by magi whose only concern is prolonging their existence. It's cruel enough to sever any person's heart and observe its dissolution. The tremendous fear, pain, and regret is hard for any virtuous magus to witness. Even worse is to do it to children and youth, which are the preferred candidates. And why are they preferred? The worst of all is when hypnosis, bribery, or even outright kidnapping have been used to obtain these vessels. Some less scrupulous sorts also use the opportunity to mistreat their still living subjects in ways which I do not wish to stain these pages with. I'm outraged to think that these things can be associated with any magus. It is that outrage, and perhaps a measure of ignorance, that made me decide to never be a part of these outdated and inhumane practices. Which brings me to the subject of sublimation. The idea is threefold. 1. Entering and abiding in a state of near death. 2. Exposure to the manifold properties of waters at the threshold between the seas and the profane realm. 3. Prolonging the above state until the heart is more attuned to the seas than the profane and attain liberation from the vessel. The alternate method of immortality through transmigration to a homunculus has been considered and rejected by the author. No homunculus, no matter how well constructed, can outlast the aging of the cosmos. Furthermore, a homunculus will still be bound by time and space, whereas a detached heart will not. Huh? Great work. It sounds important, but I don't understand it. There's no mention of a gate, black powder, or a mantra. I thumbed the side of the volume. It is at least 1,000 pages. I frown. Is there no, table of contents or something? Or, that little thing in the back of the book where it says, oh, where these specific terms are mentioned? Is there not that? Is that not here? Be flexible and look for something else. Judging by the size of the book, it might take me a moon or two to simply read through it. I'll just have to be smarter if I want to survive. I idly scratch at the cut that's starting to itch, scrutinizing the rest of the desk. If I conducted a ritual recently, there might be some evidence of that. Freshly jotted notes, or hastily stored ingredients, perhaps? There must be something. Come on, Haishe, think like yourself. If I was me, where would I look? Thick or coral iron locks? I thought it was some weird sounding word. I think it's just coral iron. Are set into each lower drawer. A furtive tug, then a firm pull. Both nets mean nothing but a dull click. Me and my precautions. Oh, it's locked. Undeterred, I decide to try every door and every drawer. More of the same. Click. Nothing. You're not beating me this easily. I keep going, thinking if I'm lucky, then one might just be open. With a hiss, the bottom left drawer slides out. My eyes are set aglow by a heap of crumbled papers of every color, a tomb full of flowers. Head tilting, I scrutinize the collection with parted lips. And just who are you? A barely audible crinkle, a violute color. What kind of color is that? Curious, let me look that up. Okay, that's just a weird way of saying violet, I think. Yeah. Letters. Could it be? Head abuzz with curiosity, I pick it up, unravel it fully, and read. I hope these are love letters. Today we lunch by the riverbank. You have until mid-afternoon to come voluntarily or else be picked up bodily and carried downstairs by me. Consider this letter your last and only warning. Oh, it's a threat to a picnic. I see they have a habit of telling me what to do. Toss the litter away and look at the next one. I'm telling you this for the 100th time already, I know, but you are amazing. I mentioned how cute they were, but I never imagined you'd actually allow one in the house. Our new friend is perfect. Oh my god, we got a pet cat! I'm thinking about properly naming Zer for Zer 100th birthday. 100th? Who is that old? So he can be a real familiar. We need something respectable. Fuzz Pants, perhaps? Are we really naming a familiar Fuzz Pants? We're not naming a familiar Fuzz Pants. They sound happy. A strange feeling stirs in my chest. Oh, am I remembering? More and more convinced that these were written to me, I grab another one. You really must rest and relax for a while. The study has become your prison. I don't wish it to become your tomb as well. I trust you didn't recruit me for that kind of undertaking. I recruited? Was I some kind of weird recluse? Maybe just a workaholic. Whoa! A deep rumble shakes my body. I look towards the abyss, Devara. Its form is lost in the dense debris circling it. The rumbling settles into a grating hum. You know, I totally forgot we were supposed to be looking for something important. Instead, I've just been fucking around and looking at these little love letters. A waste of time. There could be something here, a clue maybe. Reaching for another letter, a feeling gnaws at me. I feel like something just kicked me in the gut, knocking the wind out. Oh, I don't like this music, you guys. Doubling over, knees buckled, I wheeze. You forgot, didn't you? A pain pulses in my wrist. Ugh, maybe I should go back. Straining, I snatch a few more letters and turn to leave, but a squirming in my palm alerts me. What? I thought I took... Papers are dropping to the floor in slow motion. Looking at my hands, I see sticky, glowing strings hanging from my wrists where my hands used to be. The odor of rotten eggs fills my nostrils. Biting heat creeps up my arms. As I stare, my skin becomes increasingly translucent. I can see fluids pumping through veins with each heartbeat. Horror, fascination. I'm frozen, unable to pull my eyes away. Parts of my skin bulge and tear open, spilling ooze that drifts away into the unseen currents. The eel on my arm shudders, wriggles from the confines of my skin, and swims away. My mouth hangs open. It itches everywhere, so itchy I can't stop giggling and shaking. Oh, my vision swims, lines and shapes meld. I'm alone, a raft in the storm. What can I do? You never do anything right. Oh my god, I'm dying again! My hands are red and sticky, I'm all alone now. Snap out of it. Oh my god, Ilar! Arms wrap around me and pull me up through the dense liquid. My head breaks the surface and I feel the firm stones under my feet once again. They saved me! I'm eased down onto something soft. Hot, bright needles withdraw from my skull. I sigh, wincing at the agonizing relief. I wipe my eyes, trying to catch my breath. Ilar plops down onto the couch next to me, smoothing their disheveled hair. I manage a mumble. Welcome back! They greet me as if I'd gone for a holiday. I can only wheeze. I swallow. What was that? I press my cheek into the soft cushion. Stillness. Stillness is good. Are you alright? I want to say I wish I was dead, but all I manage is a groan. Palm touches my head. I twitch. It goes away. It comes back. Small motions, stroking. You lingered, didn't you? A shaking starts somewhere inside of me, grows into a heaving, then a soundless laughter. It all seems so ridiculous. Me? Looking for a recipe to close a portal? Helping this stranger who drags me about, hurting me, telling me it'll be okay? No, it'll be easy. I can't read. Straightforward. Ha! overthink it, they say. My belly is sore from laughing, but it won't stop. My world is a blur. Maybe it's better like that. Sink it all to the bottom. Miller's awkward patting resumes. You don't have to tell me, I know what it feels like. But was that what was happening with them earlier? When they were kind of like melting? Another wave of vertigo smears across my head. Miller sighs and I can almost hear their smile. Dreadful, isn't it? Find yourself in such a strange place, not remembering, not knowing, peril around every corner. I hear death is not unlike that. You go to the seas, but not as yourself. You go as a new thing, emptied of the past, like it never was. I look down with a stiff grin. Maybe it's not much worse than this. Their loneliness in the spiritual. This is like kind of like a metaphor for depression. I don't know. Pilar has been the one with the plan, guiding, encouraging, sometimes goading me forward. What would I do if they really gave up? The thought knocks the fire in my chest out cold. I should do something. I should say something. Pilar, They chuckle, running a hand through their hair. How embarrassing. I should be the one cheering you up. Instead, I'm adding fuel to the fire. Or is it pouring water on your fire? Something poetic about fire and water. You get the gist. They chuckle. I let out a sigh of relief. I might even smile if things weren't so horrible, but I managed to grumble. Very poetic, I would applaud, but my arms are noodles. Pilar laughs and helps me to my feet. I've never seen them laugh. They look like someone else with the same face. Catching me looking, they clear their throat and look away. So, what did you find in the journal? Well, how would I tell you about all those little notes I found that you wrote to me? At least I think they wrote me those notes. As I open my mouth to answer, my bleary eyes bring into focus the Abyss Devara a few strides away, sneering with menace. I flinch, taking a step aside to put Ilar between it and me. Ilar's eyes flit sideways, then back to me. They sigh and smile sadly. I've gotten used to innumerable things in my time, but this one's not so easy. You don't say. Ilar rubs the back of their neck, then peers up with mischief in their eyes. What if we gave it a nickname? It's hard to be grave about a thing if it has a silly name. What do you propose? Mashed potato? See, I was thinking we could name it like Baja Blast. I love it, sure. Ilar gives a stern nod, spins on their heel, and points at the Abyss Devara, dramatically declaring, I hereby dub thee Mashed Potato. They tilt their head back at me. Oh, I got an achievement for that. See? Still scared of it? Yeah. I didn't say I was scared of it. They chuckle. Right then. Are you ready to go slay Mashed Potato? Ready as I'll ever be. So where do we stand on finding that spell in the journal? Ah, yes. There was something interesting. There was one entry that gave me a strange feeling when I read it, like it could be important. It seemed like I was working on something called sublimation. How much do you know of it? I know more than I care to. Really? Huh. Nothing about it rang any bells for me when I read it. Ilar shrugs. What was I trying to do exactly? I often wonder at that myself. What does that mean? You're just full of questions, aren't you? Has it ever occurred to you that some questions shouldn't be asked? Oh my god, I keep knocking my cup over. Why?
4K.
Okay, let me adjust. I see. You're just full of questions, aren't you? Has it ever occurred to you that some questions shouldn't be asked? A weariness starts to come over Ilar's face as they speak. Right, relax. I was just curious. They scoff and shake their head. What? I turn to them. They're staring into space and grimacing. I groan inwardly. If you have something to say, say it. Alright, I wasn't sure if I should tell you this, but since you asked, if only you knew how much suffering curiosity could bring. You might wish you weren't so curious. I don't understand. I mean, how can curiosity be so bad? It is just desire for knowledge, is it not? It would depend on how one pursues it, doesn't it? They say dryly. Oh, this is pertaining to my past. I was a workaholic, huh? I resist rolling my eyes. What are you talking about? Wait, is this about sublimation? My sublimation? I chuckle dryly. What is funny? Oh, just the high Madras is asking me to explain this. I never saw it coming. Hey, might I have to remind you that I know nothing right now? I know nothing of myself. I know nothing of the situation that we're in. Stop acting like that and just tell me stuff. I squint at them. You enjoy this. Knowing things about me that I do not, and being all mystifying and superior. Ilar shakes their head, looking at me with a sad smile. Perhaps on occasion, but in this case it really won't help you one drop. There's only suffering at the end of this. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Perhaps on occasion, but in this case it really won't help you one drop. There's only suffering at the end of this. Oh, come on. Whatever I did cannot possibly be as bad as you make it sound. Are you so sure? You tell me and I will decide. Miller sighs in a thoroughly dismissive manner and looks at the ceiling for a while before starting to pace around me. There's supposed to be a kind of fish who lives their entire life in the falls that feed the sea mouths. Life for them is a perpetual struggle. Ever upstream they swim, for salt water is deadly to them. Fish, what does this have to do with... Ilar raises a hand to me. A metaphor. Please, humor me. Alright, I'm listening. Alright, these fish, they swim up a waterfall their entire lives. From the moment they're born to the moment they die. Sounds so very tiresome, doesn't it? The metaphor is for what? The fish are... me? Ilar looks straight at me, eyes sharp and piercing. Us? Do we live like those fish in some way? Ilar nods and beckons me to continue with a hand. Let me see. If I was such a fish, I would try to find a way out of that struggle. Another nod, another gesture. Sublimation is the way to break out of the struggles in life? The struggle of life, Ilar adds matter-of-factly, then shakes their head. That's how it always starts. How? By being discontent with one's lot and asking, is there a way out? Is there? Sigh. Way out, I whisper, closing my eyes. Images swim up from the darkness. I see pain and sorrow. I see myself struggling over hard, rocky terrain, fighting for inches, only to be pushed down and fall to pieces. I see laughing faces, mocking fingers. I hear the words thrown like daggers. I see drowning, sinking into darkness. I see being burnt to charcoal. I smell a grease. I bear the sizzling and my screams. Torn apart by sharp beaks, gnawed by rows of triangular fish, fiery snakes chewing through my flesh as they fly. An enormous burning tree, melting my eyes away, turning my bones to dust. I see so much more, and it never ends. It never ends, it never ends. There are only tears and screams, then the tears dry and screams end, but not the torment. I must escape, I need to get out of here. From all of this, I need to get out. A word rings out from the chaos, pushing it all away with its reverberation. I hear it. It's the answer I sought. Exposure. I snap back to the library with a gasp and hear myself say, exposure was the key. Pilar stares at me, a brow arched, mouth open. What is it? Do you know? They snap out of it quickly. What did you just see? I shake my head, feeling a little weak still. I do not know. Why do I feel so sad? I slump onto a couch, hand to my forehead. Pilar's voice is low. Are you sure you want to know the rest? I tried to tell you, there's only more suffering. Suffering. That is it. What I saw. So much of it, so much, I could not bear it. It was more than a lifetime, much more. I try to shake my head free of the memory, lest the pain of it wells up to drown me again. Is that, they sigh, what you tried to escape from? And I must remember and finish what I started. No living being should ever feel this way, ever. Their hands start shaking. I've had enough. Drop the subject? This is important, I need to know. Let's drop the subject. Fine, but just answer me this one thing and I will go. What is it? They rub the back of their neck. Oh, hold on. What else did I get? Did I ever hurt you with what I was doing? Is that why you do not want to talk about it? Their eyes focus on me, lips pressed into a thin line. I mean, I feel like the work that I did, it must have strained our relationship. I mean, that's always how it is. When one's gaze is on the horizon, they do not see the grass on which they tread. So yeah, I did hurt them in my process. That sounds like a yes. They shrug. Forget the spell, they say dryly, and disappear. Okay. Let's get that spell, I guess. Okay, I'm back at the journal. Pages rustle softly as my fingers brush against them. It's strangely soothing. It won't work. You won't find it. Book knows what I need. I trust it. But even if you find it, you won't understand it. I'll deal with that when I come to it. And even if you understand, you won't like it. You know what? I'm done with you. I'm going to count the pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. And even if 5, 6. 57, 58. The rustling stops on a 2-page spread with a stain lurking between the groove. The left side of the spread lists a few components for a ritual. Oh! A black salt sigil with a diameter of 5/3 measures the length of your body. Freshly spilled waters to fuel the reaction. Your blood! An illegible word follows. I squint. A drop? A dash? A ale? Certainly not. That would be suicidal. I make a mental note to ask Ilar to move on to the last item. A mantra for unifying the forces to be chanted 32 times. What an odd number. A drawing darkens the right side spread. I try to examine it, but my eyes can find no focus. The lines fray into overlapping spider silk. Uh-oh, it's happening again! Strange, I lean in for a better look. The lines squirm, my bowels turn cold, but my eyes are enticed. Closer and closer. Childlike figures, some missing heads, others missing limbs, each incomplete. Oh my god, what is this squealing in the background? That's so uncomfortable. Okay, interlocking in anatomically impossible ways, forming a ring. One has an arm growing from a neck, another's legs branch apart spider-like. Oh my god, it's the human centipede! What are you? I whisper, almost touching the page now. Fascinated, I lean over a precipice. The black mass at the center looms. Its lines undulate like ripples on the sea on a moonless night. There's some movement under the surface. What are you? I shiver in excitement, eyes itching, unable to blink. A round protrusion at the very center of the inky blackness wiggles. There's a crescent slit running from left to right. It opens. Teeth. I put an ear to it. Faint warmth streams out from it with a hiss. There's a rhythm. A cadence to it. Are they words? My heart pounds. I struggle to make out symbols. Not savvy. Sorry. Sorry? For what? I don't understand. I could never say it before. I half whispered it inside. It hardly matters now. This makes no sense. Whether I say the words or not, as you linger, you are the silence. A lump forms in my throat. The walls close in. A weight presses on my chest. Numb, I can't breathe. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Hear me? Why? Why am I hearing these things? I try to pull away. My body is heavy. Joints creak. Dismember, howl, we lie, destiny, fate, glory, immortality, all lies. No, 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 now. Please, free me, please. Heavier and heavier, squeezing the breath from me. I need to get away. There's a dull, distant pain. Ilar's pain. I'm not heartless, you know. No, no more. I will hear no more. The pain. I turn my heart to it, a spark of heat in the cold. My hand comes into focus. Who gave you the right to? I drive my wrist into the wood. The spark inflames. The heat spreads. I gasp as if waking, as if pulling my head out of the water. Fighting with every drip of strength, I slam the book shut with a resounding thud. The whispering abruptly abates. I double over, gasping for air. Pat, pat, pat. Sweat drips from my chin. What in the great abyss? I drop onto the floor unceremoniously, head resting against the drawers. That voice. There's something about it. Was that part of a spell? A message left by someone? I touch the chilling numbness lingering on my chest, waiting for my heart to steady. This place is getting to me again. Every step I take forward, something jumps out and bites me. And I have no one but that know-it-all to guide me. Will they finally tell me something or just shrug and wave their hands? You know what? I should tell them nothing this time. I will know things they don't. Let's see how they like it. I make my way back, keeping a wary eye on passing debris, counting my steps. My nose is itchy. 1, don't tell them. 2, don't tell them. 3, don't tell them. Did you find the spell? They come toward me. Yes, I did. Blast it. I bite myself hard in the lip. Too hard. Ow! Ilar raises, then lowers an eyebrow. Tell me. Oh, you know, creepy voice, melting, the usual. They nod gravely, then blink once or twice before asking. Well? Well, what? What did you find? I clench my teeth, considering if it's too late to take it back. It probably is. I sigh. What you said. A circular sigil made of black salt, 5/3 measures or something, etc. Ilar's eyes light up. Ghost of a smirk rises then falls from their lips, their voice low. Go on. Really? I shake my head at Ilar. You are not concerned one drop about what I went through, are you? My concern is reserved for after we survive. I stare at them. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy! I don't know what to do. It's like the tip of my nose is so itchy. Ah! Okay. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. I'm just gonna chop it off. Haishe, their voice is strained, almost pleading. You don't care about me, I mutter under my breath. Does it fit my description or not? This is life or death, try to remember. Yes, it fits, but the mouth, the whispering, the coldness, it feels all wrong. Ilar steps forward, excitement evident in their voice. We need to focus. Did you copy the sigil, or... It talked. I said, what was it? I try to recall, but each attempt to think brings a wave of pressure and cold in my head. I shut my eyes, swaying, choking. They grab me by the arms. What about the mantra? How many words? The language? Did you memorize it? You're not listening to me. It feels wrong. Hands balling into fists, I meet Ilar's stunned gaze and back out of their grip. The ritual. What if you were wrong about it? Echoes of melancholy and venom resound in my ears. My hand moves to stroke the cold numbness in my chest. The things it said to me, it was creepy. Like it knows me, like I'm supposed to know what it means, but it was nonsense. I don't like any of it. Oh no, I don't like it. I don't like any of it. Ilar rubs the back of their neck, head tilted back and sighs. Haishe. I will stay calm. Never will I have something to say and you were gonna hear it! You're not listening to me. If we get this wrong, there will not be a second chance. Is that a risk you are willing to take? They scoff. Now you're the adept in magic here? I was, and it is still my journal, my spell, even if I forgot many things. That has to count for something. Is that so? Then why don't you enlighten me with your insight? Ilar, you're pissing me off right now. Well, I pause, trying to piece the argument together. I'm waiting, oh great Magus. Quiet, please, I'm trying to think. Time is wasting. Look, I don't know what you want me to say. There's a voice, a feeling inside me, and it always knows whether I'm doing the right thing. When I found the ritual, it told me to get away in no uncertain terms. Oh, a voice! Now it makes sense. For depth's sake, Haishe, we're in a mage's tower. Half the things in here have a voice. I fix them with an icy glare. This is different. I trust it, alright? It's the only thing in the world that I can trust right now. Ilar paces back and forth, hand gesturing, mouth open, but no words come out. I finally give up after a while and sigh heavily. Alright. What did you hear that was so off-putting? Can you at least share that with me? I thought you did not care. Ilar's lips pinch up momentarily, like they're making a great effort not to say something. Then they very deliberately, slowly say, Please, we don't have time to waste. Tell me, I'm listening. I eye them for a while, letting them stew in their misery a little longer. Ilar blinks at me desperately. A little longer? Their eyes twitch once or twice. Satisfied, I answer. It was just despair. I look up at them, hoping they'd understand and I didn't have to describe it anymore. And the look they met me said they do understand. Didn't make me feel better like I thought it would. Not at all. What kind of... Who would create a spell like that? How does the abyss make you feel? They study me, a notion dancing in the spark of their eye. Dreadful? I say, putting out my chin. Their gaze drops as they speak, seeming to lose its luster. Right. Dreadful. Cursed place. The poor saws that end up there, well, they don't ever perish. Every day they forget a piece of themselves that they foolishly held onto once. Righteousness, duty, hope. Alright. But the things that they try to throw away, the mistakes, the pain and regret, those never fade until one day that's all they know. All they are. Ilar's head lolls, eyes shrouded in shadow. Lost to me. What do you say to something like that? I almost let out a nervous chuckle, but then thought better of it. Finally, they shuffle over to the couch and drop onto it. Let out a long sigh, then a dry chuckle. You get it now? That spell makes you feel what the abyss is. It must be the right spell. We're getting close. So just more of this misery from here on. I twist my lip. They give me a nod, both grave and sheepish, and top it off with a stiff pat on the shoulder. It gets worse. I groan. You should have a rest. Give your heart time to stabilize, but not too long. Ilar passed the cushion next to them. I could use a few moments, and some answers. Why did I have a feeling you'd say that? I put a hand on their temple. If I don't ask this, I doubt I could really rest. Alright then, looks like I have no choice. Go ahead. Ooh. How long have we known each other? They make a sound, half grunt, half sigh. If you're so clever, you would know how curious I can be. Indeed. I will try to contain my broad questions if it helps. They sigh. 9 turns or so. Is that a long time? Sruthrul circles the sky 300 times in a turn. What do you think? Is it a long time? Oh, so we've known each other 9 years? Sruthrul, is that not how it's pronounced? I mutter the eerily familiar word. Who's that again? They wince. Really? I blink innocently. The burning mass that lights the world, the primordial fish. What will you ask next? What is a fish? Yeah, what is a fish? I know what the fish are. They are the hairy things with 4 legs that crawl in the corners. What? Ilar's eyes bulge at me. Oh, that was a joke. That was a joke. Very funny. They are not laughing. We're too easy sometimes, but wow, that is a lot of days. Blink of an eye, it feels like. They seem to look through me, like the dawn's fog under the Sruthrul's heat. A moment of silence descends upon us. Scrolls rustle as they glide us by. I hear that rumbling reminder. Time for me to go. I peer back at the desk. I enjoyed our... When I look again, Ilar has already disappeared. What? Chat. One day I want to do that to them, I mutter. I move towards the desk once more. Alright. Back into the frying pan. Wait, what's the saying? Out of the frying pan and into the fire? I think that's what it's saying. Again, I find myself back in front of the desk, working up the nerves to open the journal. There will be pain, but if not pain, then oblivion. Pain or oblivion, why must I always choose? I crush teeth together to kill the thoughts. Now's not the time to ask why, but how? How can I get at the page? Fool rushes into battle, the wise divide and conquer. Feeling only a gap between pages, spying the number on the corner. I then opened directly to the page after where I left off. No drawing here. I loosen a painfully tight grip, only a page of mantra verses. Even so, one of my hands prepares to shut the book at a moment's notice as the other glides over the words. At first, I don't understand them at all, but I stay as relaxed as I can and keep my eyes on them, waiting. The rhythm gradually takes shape in my breathing. First, just a faint rasping, and a low mutter. Is my mouth moving to the letters on its own? Dreadful familiarity. Meaning scratches at my scalp, but when I turn my attention to them, they disperse like skittering shadows at the edge of torchlight. So I relax again and just breathe as they come back. I don't chase them and simply look. As I read one line after another, a chill spreads into my fingers. Feeling like icy water drips onto the back of my neck. The room begins a slow dervish about me. No, here it is again! A voice. It's definitely a voice. Singing something over and over. Oh, it's my name! Wow! Haishe, Haishe, Haishe. They know my name. How do they know my name? So cold, my breathing stutters. Haishe, Haishe, Haishe. The tune takes a downturn. Tiny needles of cold jab me all over. I hate you, I hate you, hate you, hate you. Why? What did I ever do? The page flutters in my shaky hands. Had to have the last say, didn't you? Leave me aghast without room to retort, without time to respond. What are you talking about? The singing drops to a haunting whistling. I hold my breath to listen, words on the edge of recognition. That you would whistle those tunes. They would make you smile. I let you have those. Quieter and quieter, I press my ear into the page. Chill radiates from it. It can't be. How could it be? How was I to know? Where would I start? I would have had to say it countless times. Say what? Shrill tone like a kettle boiling in the distance. It peaks, glides down, then shatters into a scream that splits the night in two. The sorrow of it. My heart breaks, hairs stand, tears stream. I'm sorry. There, I said it. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 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 sorry. I can't stop the tears. Please stop. Please save me from... Oh, let's push on! Let's push on! Screaming and pleading, screaming and pleading. What's wrong with you? Why can't you get yourself together for once? No, I will not give up at the first sign of difficulty this time. Finding the spot where I stopped, I read again with a shaking hand. Something under my finger pulls my attention away from the voice. A bump. Then it happens again, more insistent. I pause, wondering what it could be. It's quiet. The voice has lulled. When I turn the page over, a laugh escapes me. I stifle it with a hand. A folded paper bird is tucked within the groove. Keep it for later. I pinch the tip of its wing, inspecting it at an arm's length, half expecting it to spring to life or start speaking. It merely looks at me. Nothing to say? That's new. There's something alluring about you, but who knows what you're hiding. I slide it into a pocket. Maybe Ilar will know about you. Okay, let's save real quick. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. I'm gonna die. That page. I must find a way in somehow, and soon. Remembering that chill, I shudder. Not right now. I can't hear those things again so soon. Maybe go back and rest, and try once more. I wonder what Ilar would say. They'll understand, right? They'll understand. I turn and walk towards the debris. I reach the couch soon enough, but Ilar is nowhere in sight. I cough. Hello? Ilar? Nothing but the buzzing music to my ears. I drop onto the couch. The softness makes exhaustion hit me like a cartload of pillows. Let me sit up. Just a little rest, a few blinks. I lie to myself, leaning back. Oh, you know what? Let's just take a full-on, sleep. Let's just sleep. You're back early, says a voice right next to me. My heart lurches. My heart lurches. I'm slurring my words now. For depth's sake, will you stop doing that? They blink at me. What, speaking? Peering out of thin air, you could give me a warning next time. Ilar shrugs and grins. Something about that grin, irksome as it is, warms the chill in my chest a little. I decide to be civil. I found something else out there. They seem unmoved, likely due to prior experience. Go on. A bird made out of paper, or folded into a paper. No, a paper bird, a bird folded from... Oh, sink it. Let me just show you. I remove the bird from its nestling place and hold it to Ilar, hoping that they'll recognize it, hoping it's a piece of my past. Ilar blinks at it as if I've produced a brick. I hope for both our sakes that this contains the spell we need. They don't hide their annoyance. Well, no, I concede begrudgingly. Their expression darkens. But listen, the mantra. I began to memorize it, and I will spare you the details about how horrible it was, but give me a moment to rest and I will go back to finish it. But this bird, it is something special. It saved me. In other words, you were distracted. They scratch at their temple, glancing sideways. What? No, come on, just look at it. Maybe we can uncover something useful. I have a feeling. I have one too. It's called being drained. I'm giving you what precious little is left of my waters, and you have no idea what I had to go through for it, and you insist on squandering it. Their volume rises with each word. Before I can reply, the bird pops up from my hands and with a few crisp crackles, unfolds into a flat sheet of paper. We fall silent and lean close to gawk at it. Ooh! You know, normally I would cheer you up by making a joke or baking a cake, but I can't bring myself to do it this time. You failed once in a few dozen experiments, whereas the rest of us succeed once in as many tries. Besides, what are Magi's careers built upon but a bedrock of failures? If you're still sulking, maybe this will lighten your mood. Ever yours, Ilar. Yes, I lied. Lemony crumbles are in the kitchen. Another letter, I whisper. What is this glowing thing? A distraction, like I said. Not for me, it could be a little piece of who I was, or maybe a tool for our escape. I reach for the glowing symbol. No. In a quick motion, Ilar snatches the letter from me. You'll jeopardize both of us with your curiosity. I'll not allow it. They start to tear up the letter. Stop it! I grab after it, catching Ilar's wrist with both hands. They lean away, swinging their arms up and back, pulling me right into them. Oh! Our chests thump together and we tumble down, twisting around as we thud onto the floor. The weight of them squeezes the air right out of me. I yelp, wincing. Their incredulous gaze softens a little. Are you hurt? The letter drifts down next to us. Their eyes are still on me. This is my chance. My hand shoots out towards the letter, but Ilar's no slouch. Their hand pins mine down before I can take it back. As I lie gasping under the weight, trying to wiggle my hand free, something shocks me in the palm and I stop. Ilar looks at me with wide eyes. Have they felt it too? Our heads turn in unison to see a glow under our hands where the letter is. A feeling of lightness fills my head and my body slackens. No, I must not let go of the letter. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy! Why? Why is it so itchy? Oh my god, okay, hold on. Let me wash my nose real quick. Maybe something is wrong with it. I will be back. back. I have thrown water onto my nose in a poor attempt to alleviate whatever is harassing me right now. Okay, where do we leave off? Ilar's eyes droop too, and I feel their weight press into me. Oh, that's strange. It's moving through me. My arm, now my shoulder, my head. What has happened? Oh. A cool silence fills me. Vast space opens up within, pushing away the heat of the room. Spots of light in front of me swell and shimmer, joining together into pools, drowning out the lines, easing away shades and shapes, until light is all I see. In lightness I float, breath coming through and opening atop my head leagues wide, filling a breast that's fathoms deep. I am this lumen space. Colored spots dance in front of me. Immerwald, the green of dreams, the garden. Whoa! Leaves rustle, cicadas sing. The grass is cool against my back and a soft breeze brushes my hair. The air shimmies with muffled words and snorting laughter. I look up. A face resolves into clarity. Oof! Excuse me. Oh, maybe that's why my nose is so itchy. That grin. Ilar? I try to say something but realize that I can only watch. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm just looking at a memory right now. Is that what's in the letter? Ilar is sprawled on their back, one arm a folded cushion for their head. I'm lounging next to them, enjoying the cool shade of a tree on a sweltering summer's day. Haishe, a sing-song voice calls me. Feet on my wrists, fingers traveling across the back of my hand, their eyes peer out from under lush eyelashes. Boy smile, holding the corner of their lips, revealing a dimple. I know what you're thinking. No. What? I was not thinking, I retort and try to pull my arm free, but I don't try very hard. Ilar rolls over with a grunt and lazily snakes their hand to the side of my neck. The heat of their skin and the toasty air combined is unbearable. Ugh, stop that, you are cheating, memory me wriggles pointlessly. My head feels pleasantly fuzzy. Was this how close we were? I'm saving your life is what I'm doing. But, I start to protest. No. Their thumb starts tracing circles in my throat. Oh, this is getting a little too intimate. Slow, excruciating circles. We had a deal. The rest of the day off. I hear myself mumble. Protest? I don't know. Do I want them to stop? I can't hear you. Are you ready, kids? Oh. Now more fingers press into my skin. It burns. Stop! I surrender! Their hand pulls away, leaving an excruciating absence. Thank Laura. I couldn't have kept that up if I wanted to. I collapse back onto the grass, sighing theatrically. Light blooms, shapes melt together, voices fade. I find myself on the hard floor, the cicada song replaced by mashed potatoes buzzing. A sense of loss hits me like a punch in the gut. Ilar's weight doesn't help, and yet there's something comforting in it. My fingers travel to my neck, tracing the memory. My eyes sting. Ilar inhales sharply, their body heaves with quickened breaths. Their heat brings echoes of the memory back to me. Ilar. They seem to realize where they are, where I am, and scramble to their head, to stand there staring at the letter like it's a two-headed frog. Ilar, did you... Please, not right now. Her voice falters. I want so desperately to ask, it burns my throat, and my heart is trying to break out of my chest, but I hold it. Give them some time. Finally, Ilar turns to stare at me. Did you... I begin. They turn around, take 2 strides, halts for a moment, then vanish. This feels complicated. Slumping onto the couch. I just keep my eyes closed and trace the path on my neck. I can almost taste the heat and hear the cicadas. But it doesn't last. The buzzing pushes the memory away and I open my eyes to reality, sighing. The abandoned letter flops sadly on the floor and I bend to pick it up. Who knew you had such a secret? Looking to the spot Ilar had been, I let out a heavy sigh. Secrets? Why do Magi have so many secrets? Why couldn't I have woken up as a baker? Then the worst I would have to worry about is burning toasts. Too late for that. I'll just have to survive now and untangle the knots later. Maybe after all this, I will take up baking. Taking a deep breath, I tell myself, rest for 50 breaths, and then return to the task. I tuck the letter into a pocket, whispering, "It's you and me now, little friend. You and me. You'll protect me, right? You'll stay by my side." A trickle of hope flows into me. 1, 2, 3. So we were actually lovers, right? 50. Oh, we're back at the book. Okay. Let's save right here and call it a day. Cause, oh my god, my nose itches really, really badly. And, this was 2 hours worth of reading and my throat is physically getting tired. I don't know if I can read for like any longer. So let me see if I can find someone to read. Oh my god, my nose. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. But I appreciate everyone for like hopping in today. Let's see who's online. I find Stella is online, but she just started the stream, so I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Let's raid Stella. Raids. Oh, it is /raid, right? Raid. For the stream? No, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. I will see you guys Thursday for more Vampire the Masquerade. Yep, because I love my text-based RPGs. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming.